Hey guys, Ben here with Oddly Armed, and today we're going to be doing another disassembly video, this time of the CZ805 BREN. So let's go ahead, get a close-in look at it, and take it apart. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started and pop out our magazine. And the first thing that we're going to do is actually going to be taking out our lower receiver. So there's going to be an HK style push pin, which is non-captive here at the front of the receiver. So we can go ahead and pull that guy out. Now on this rifle, they do conveniently give you two holes in the back of the stock here to hold your pins so you don't lose them. So we'll go ahead and pop it in there. Now for the lower, all we got to do is pull down in the front and it'll go ahead and pop out right there. And we can take a quick look at the lower receiver. There's not going to be a ton to see here. So you can see our safety selector, our trigger group. So again, this is going to be a proprietary trigger group. Looking in there, you can see we got two hooks. So it's kind of similar in a way to an 8K trigger, but not quite the same there. It's proprietary and an AR-15 trigger won't work in here. We'll go ahead and pop that back. And then here you can just see we have our controls on the side, our pistol grip, which doesn't have a storage compartment in it. But that's basically all there is to see with a lower receiver. And back to the receiver, the next step is going to be removing another non-captive push pin. So we'll go ahead and push that across. Pull it out of the rifle and then put it back here in the stock in our little retaining hole again. And the next step is going to be hitting this button at the back of the receiver. So you can kind of see it right there. That pushes in the recoil system and allows you to slide the stock off the bottom of the rifle. Then just quickly looking at the stock, you can see we have 4 positions here. And one thing to kind of look at is it is really a couple of different parts here. And this is one of the things that they really simplified in the BREN 2. So you can see we have the stock, which attaches to this block, which again attaches to another block here. So it's really kind of complicated for what they ended up going with for this stock design. But again, you have this cheek riser, which can kind of pop off here, and then our 2 holes in the back there for our pins. And now that we have the stock out, we can go ahead and pull our recoil spring out the back of the rifle. So you can see that here it is a captive recoil spring, so nothing really too crazy going on there. And at this point, we can go ahead and just turn it back, let it come to the back here, and then we'll need to take out our charging handle. There's a disassembly slot here, so just pull it back to that slot, pull it out, and there's our charging handle. Now, if we want to replace it on the other side, this would be when we can do that. But now our bolt carrier group is just going to slide straight out the back of the rifle. Now we will not be disassembling the bolt carrier group. So like I said in the review, for the CZ BREN 805, they did not intend for this to be a user serviceable part. So you can see it is an AR-180 style bolt carrier group, but when you come back to the firing pin retaining pin at the back here, this is actually basically a roll pin in there that's kind of pinned in place. So you're not meant to remove that at the user level. You know, you can see we have a firing pin safety at the back here, and then it just uses standard cam here, as well as a bolt. But yeah, again, this is about as far as you want to take it down for a standard disassembly. You can still oil it, you can still maintain it and wipe it off, but you really don't want to be taking this apart any further unless you need to. And let's just take a quick look at the inside of the receiver to give you an idea of what that looks like. So you can see it is very open from underneath here. So you can get into your trunnion and get into the barrel there. You can clean off pretty much everything inside of there. So it is a very open, easy to maintain receiver, even though there's some crevices in there, but it's not too bad. And you can see lightning cuts basically all over the place on this rifle, even though it still turns out to be pretty heavy. But that gives you an idea there. And then the bolts on the side here hold on these rails as well as the barrel. So if you do remove all of those, you can take the barrel out. But again, that's not something I would recommend doing at the user level. And the next thing we're going to do is take apart our gas system. Now I did have to remove my Huxworks muzzle device because it is too wide to get the gas system out around it, so I did have to pull that off of there. But checking out the gas block, what we're going to do to remove our gas plug and our piston is this detent we need to press in, and then you turn your gas piston system until it aligns with this flat here on the gas block, and everything just pulls straight out the front. So that's basically it there. And then you pull your gas plug off the front of the piston. So your piston system here is all integrated, your piston spring, all of this. You don't take this apart any further. So we'll set that aside. And then here you can just see our gas holes. You have our normal hole, this one, that's going to be the normal setting, and then adverse here, which gives it a little bit more gas. But that's basically all you need to do to disassemble the 805. All right, folks, and there you have the CZ805 BREN fully disassembled. So thank you for checking out the video today. Please like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and keep tuned for more disassembly and review videos.